Finnish immigrants who were in the oil and gas business in the small town of Cloquet, Minnesota, southwest of Duluth in the northeastern part of the state. And while Wright finished the design in 1952, the house itself was not completed until 1956. Why? The Lindholms could not find a contractor willing to build what they all called a crazy house. So they actually hired other Finnish immigrants to build the house for them. And they were so pleased with the house after they moved in 1956 that they commissioned Frank Lloyd Wright to design the only gas station that Frank Lloyd Wright ever designed, still located and still operating in the center of the small town of Cloquet, Minnesota, southwest of Duluth. Now, this house is a piece of organic architecture, and what does that mean? Well, first of all, it must be a part of, not apart from, its surrounding environment. The original house was in a piney woods outside of town. Only the minimum number of pines were removed to position the house on the plots. Well, we don't have pines here naturally, but we have planted Norwegian pines all around the house so that someday Mantilla will again be among the pines. Second, it must be made of natural materials. Well, the major structural material of the house is concrete. Concrete is a natural material. It's mainly sand. The floors outside and inside the house, traditional for Usonians, scored Cherokee red concrete. All original. More than 70,000 Cherokee red concrete small windows. I call your attention specifically to these small windows above the front door. They have a very interesting purpose that you'll find out about when we go inside. But before we enter, just a word of caution, especially for those of you who are taller. Turn right into the living room. That's right, W-R-I-G-H-T. Turn right into the living room. Hey, you just made it, sir.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, it's right there.
You too. What is this? Turn right into the living room.
And look at the little skills there.
So as you approach the source of the light, indeed the ceiling rises at a 60-degree angle to reveal floor-to-ceiling windows open to nature. So yet again, nature is your constant companion in this house as well. And these floor-to-ceiling windows, they are the sine qua non of Usonian design. Even the very first one, designed and built in 1935, in Madison, Wisconsin, less than half the souls of this house did too. Floor-to-ceiling windows open to nature. Of course, on the front side of the house, always south-facing. So, in order to be an organic design, it needs to be a part of its environment, it needs to be made of natural materials, and finally, the entire house needs to be a unified organic whole. That is achieved by built-in bookshelves, built-in storage, a built-in sofa with more storage underneath and behind the cushions. The desk here is part of the structural core of the house, just like that oven in the Duncan house. So the entire house, made of natural materials, is itself a unified organic whole. That is organic architecture. Now in the last house, the fireplace was perpendicular to the living room. Not so here. Here the fireplace is displaced from perpendicular by, can anyone guess? 60 degrees. Yes, so it addresses the wall of windows, the major architectural feature of the room. And here again, notice, you see only horizontal lines in the concrete block. The vertical are filled in. Why? To increase that feeling of expansiveness. All the furniture that you see here is original and was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright for this house. Wright knew that nature abhorred right angles, so look at the coffee table. It's not a rectangle, it's a parallelogram. Yes?
So they can be set up in the same place.
Yes.
Even like the roof tiles,
Yep.
they go back in the same place.
In fact, you can watch a video on YouTube called Reconstructing a Frank Lloyd Wright House. CBS Sunday Morning was here for our grand opening, and they made a video about the pin checks or interviews right there, and also about Polymath Park and the reconstruction of this house. It's very interesting. It's about 10 minutes long. It's very well worth watching. Any other questions? Well, if you've been to Falling Order, you know Wright wasn't exactly a designer of great kitchens, but Annie Lindholm loved to cook, and she told Frank Lloyd Wright she wanted a kitchen that she could enjoy being in. So let's take a look at the kitchen he designed for her. Walk down to that end of the kitchen. Mind this peak over here. Walk down to that end of the kitchen. Notice that there's gaps in this concrete block so you can see the front door. You can see who's coming and going. Walk down to that end of the kitchen. Walk down to that end of the kitchen. Notice that there's gaps in the concrete block so you can see the front door. You can see who's coming and going. And when you get to that end of the kitchen, look up above you. You see more storage with natural indirect lighting. From those 3 windows I pointed out outside, there are 3 more in the back. Frank Lloyd Wright pioneered the use of indirect lighting in his homes. This is the natural version of it. And of course, being a grand Usonian, it means that no cost was too much. We have a real Cherokee red countertop here that's beveled. The cooktop is original. The oven from a Frank Lloyd Wright house that unfortunately was being demolished. New refrigerator and dishwasher for overnight guests. Behind the chairs at our left. Hello. Well, here in the master bedroom, you see many of the same things you saw in the living room. Built-in bookshelves. How about built-in floating shelves? A built-in nightstand. The closets are built-in. The storage is built-in. And all the wood, all original, all solid Tidewater red cypress. And just like the fireplace in the living room, the bed here is not perpendicular, but is a third bedroom. Look up. What story is about natural indirect lighting? Except here, here is the ultimate compression and release challenge. Notice how the office feels private even with the door open because of the narrow
So
hallway.
that was the all original?
And look at the big window there. Only the side windows open. So notice more storage with natural indirect light. Only the side windows open, so when you're seeing it,
It's like a shoulder bit pointing or something.
okay. The top is open, the last thing is level. The gas station is okay. The top of roof, the last thing is level. Okay, the card table. So you can make it out. The gas station is okay. Last in second level. It was a 24-hour gas station. They had a bedroom in there. So if you showed up at 3 a.m., you banged on the door. The guy got up and came out and pumped your gas and went back to bed. Okay, so turn left down to those trees and I'll meet you there.